very mechanically talented player. Minx going to have a tough battle ahead of him.
I certainly think so. I don't know if it's going to be as one-sided as the desk would so believe. I think that Minx are riding off of a good win against Chalked, 3-2. So the adrenaline was pumping at least a little bit. And there's something to be said about riding that momentum heading into a series. But this is it here for Minx Gaming and Triple Trouble. Bluey, he's been having himself a very good day. May need him again as Tadpole and company try to get set up here in the orange half.
Tadpole, another player with a lot of history in the RLCS. Very difficult journey for him. Always on that brink of making it as an RLCS pro, even getting to that world championship back in season 6. But has not had as much fortune since. This would be a big win for them.
Not bad right now here for Minx, managing midfield as well as you can. That's a good touch out towards midfield. And a nice catch. So the positioning right there is good for Minx. It keeps them in the blue half, but they couldn't secure the boost or possession. We'll have to fight and advance from Triple Trouble. You see Mats Gray working for a clear. And now it's just taking turns trying to get a clear out towards midfield. The demo might have mattered, but a big play from Kim. Another pass from Calix, but can't connect. Tadpole trying to connect, and he does. Bluey will be the first to score for Triple Trouble.
Little tap here from Tadpole, getting it up to Calix. Calix didn't even make contact, but he gets another center ball, and Bluey going all in on that. Everyone was upfield. If Bluey gets blocked, they would have had to pay the price. And Bluey, he's kind of a risky player. You love watching him play because he always goes for crazy plays like that. And also,
when he's hit one today, I mean, why not go for him?
Oh, exactly. And we got another demo on the goal line. Calix taking Kern out of the way. And Calix, he got the backward pass, and then you see him hunting Kern down. Nothing he could do there. The smoke screen blocking out Mads as well. So a quick start for Triple Trouble.
So easy lead here for Triple Trouble, and Minx had looked good to start, and this might be another good start for Minx. They have an opening on the net, and Max Gray will find his target. So just like that, Minx are back in the game.
A kickoff play. We see Kern winning that 50-50. Bluey had no boost. You see that happen quite a bit after kickoff. Bluey last back, 0 boost. Hopeless situation and a well-placed shot. Max Gray getting that one. Kern, though, kudos to him for winning that 50-50 so convincingly. Jarby, just want to make sure you're still here.
And I believe we are here as Bluey tries to get the save and has to make another save and can't make 3 as Kern will put another in, and Minx have finally come back. It didn't take too long.
You got everything sorted over there, buddy?
James, I think we're 102% with an exact 2% margin of error.
I love it. I was sitting here just wondering when you'd come back to us, and you came back just at the right time. Kern on the goal line, despite the quick start that Triple Trouble got. I like seeing this fight from Minx.
And as soon as they went down 2-0, they win that kickoff and then made the most of it. Off the win, they got aggressive with positioning, got exactly the read that they wanted with the bump in net. So I love the approach from Minx, but a demo on the back end from Bluey will slow their assault.
Nice pass from Calix. That's what you want to see. The 1-2 Calix getting control of the ball, flicking it over right as the defender challenges. Tadpole, perfect shot, top corner. Can't ask for a better play. And Triple Trouble take the lead right back.
And it can be a bit deflating after working for a comeback, even from 2 goals down, to have to then score another just to tie the game. You definitely don't want to get in that sort of trade mentality as Bluey works his way around the corner. You see Triple Trouble, had Calix been able to connect there, they were just kind of playing clamp down in midfield. Well, Tadpole can't connect either, so now a couple of miscues from Triple Trouble, but they've kept the ball in the attacking third as Minx look desperately for a clear. Another shot on net. Mads has to save. And then Calix gets a bump out. Tadpole didn't realize it and is late for the shot.
Tadpole playing a bit passively there. I don't blame him. He was the last one back. If you go in for that, it's risky. Right now they've got the lead. They don't need to do anything crazy.
Not at all. I mean, they have a ton of space too. A couple of times they've gone downfield and have just been able to pop the ball off the ground, air dribble, maybe force a challenge out. But we've also seen, the passes come out, utilizing the space to their advantage. Tadpole trying to get cheeky there in the corner.
And I loved what we saw. And I love what we saw from Tadpole in the past, too. He is a player that you expect to make it back to the top of the game. And I said season 6. I should have said season 7. And I remember being there. And Stacks, if you know Stacks, you know he was a big Triple Trouble fan. There was just something about that team, and so much of that soul came from Tadpole and his family. And so seeing him back here, just one series away from making it to the next stage, you do love to see that. But these new names, Matt's Gray, Mads, Kern, they're sticking with Triple Trouble despite being what I would call the underdog.
And except for that double commit right there, I was about to say pretty, good rotations on defense, handling that pressure from Triple Trouble, who had put a couple of shots on net. Calix had a break looking, but Mads is there for the save. But look at Triple Trouble coming quick on the pass. Tadpole couldn't get a shot on target before it got knocked away. But Triple Trouble, time is in their favor. They can just kill it for as long as possible. Bluey will roll back for Tadpole. Time will expire, and there will be no chance here for Minx. And Triple Trouble will take game 1.
Bit of a shaky game overall, I think, even from Triple Trouble. There was a few whiffs that we saw on the defensive end. That was a bit scary for Triple Trouble. We saw that kickoff goal that they conceded to Minx. Minx not having as much success on the offensive end. You can even see they were outshot by Triple Trouble. Calix, a couple of assists to his name. I love that play. That was probably my favorite play of game number 1, was that passing play from Calix. As we take a look at the replays from game 1, Bluey starting off the scoring, and then Tadpole getting that goal after the demo on the goal line. Then we saw the bounce back from Minx.
Yeah, that first win off the kickoff kind of restored confidence in their ability to move the ball and challenge effectively too. But then it almost felt like they instinctively had pulled off the ball, looking for hard clears. Once they felt a little bit of pressure from Triple Trouble, they seemed scared to come out past midfield and make a challenge as first man. There was a couple of their first man challenges where both, number 2 and 3 were a little too far back, and then Triple Trouble just they seem to have a philosophy where as soon as they get behind the ball, they know exactly where everybody's going. There's no passivity on this team, and they're making snap decisions and making some good plays all over the pitch right now. I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, they've got great speed. And that's something that you expect from a team that does have Bluey on the roster. I think Calix fitting in quite well. You can tell a little bit of nerves coming into play, but Triple Trouble take that first game. We'll see if Minx can bounce back.
A good start here from Mads. Mads has had a couple of carries like that. They're going to need some more. They've had to work for their food the entire way. A nice challenge from him as well. And now they got a lane to work with. Tadpole does a nice job carrying it right back. So we're trading. But Triple Trouble, you see in front, Tadpole hunting on the line, and he got the bump he wanted. And Calix easily collects for a Triple Trouble goal.
And this is so frustrating if you're a defender. You see Mads in net, Tadpole bumping him out of the way. We've seen so much aggression early from Triple Trouble. They're not afraid to attack that goal line, send up an attacker and risk it. Because, it's when you only have one player having to force that, when you have another player back and you're not out of position, it's worth it to just go for that.
Yeah,
roll off the rotation just for a moment, but Kern answering right back, Jorby.
Yeah, Kern will pick this up. Little lost on the back wall. Both Calix and Tadpole both trying to read what Mads was going for, but just too long to figure it out.
Demos, we see it all the time now. That time, Minx playing the aggression card, and then both players for Triple Trouble on the backboard running into each other, jumping into each other rather, in the air.
I don't think you'll see that type of mistake out of Triple Trouble too often, so Minx certainly can't rely on it, but you can rely on Kern to make that touch. back down the field. That just kills all of Triple Trouble's momentum.
That was a beautiful touch. Coming off the backboard, he knows he needs to deny the rebound. Not only does he get it out of harm's way, but he hits it backwards with power, clearing it out and now giving him this attacking opportunity. Kern, you love to see plays like that from a defender in a tough spot.
It feels like Minx are slowly starting to figure it out. They are on defense, but clears away from attackers for at least a little bit, but they're stuck in front of their own net. A shot's coming towards Calix's power. You're probably wishing for a little bit more, and Minx stop another attack from Triple Trouble.
Well, Calix had used his jump to get more height, when I think he might have had enough boost to save that jump and flip into the ball for a power shot. But Calix, as I said before, he's had a few moments where mechanically just not as solid as we've seen him be in the past. However, he's still playing well and gets a huge bump. Kern misses. The ball was right there on the goal line. That was a huge bump from Calix.
And Bluey knew it too. He came off the other side of the back wall looking for it. As he saw Calix dive forward, it would have been an impressive play, just missing that final touch to put it in. Despite Minx stopping these attacks, getting the clears that they need, they're actually going to get some space here. Let's see what Metzgray can do. Ends up giving it up to Tadpole, would probably opt for control in that situation as he approached, but they do retain the ball here in the blue half. Kern can't set anything up, and while a play starts to develop, nothing materializes for Minx, and they're back on their own half. Uh-oh, that's dangerous. Calix, bouncer, and it's just above the crossbar. Another goal here for Triple Trouble would certainly make life difficult for Minx, as offense has come at a premium for this team.
I like that defensive play by Minx where you had, it looked like it was Mads or somebody had gone for it. Oh, great block from Metzgray. But they had feinted one player going for the clear, which made Bluey back off the ball, and now another bounce. This one's scary. So many opportunities flying around in front of net, and it was about time that they get punished for it. Calix will punch this one in.
Yeah, Tadpole was definitely expecting the good old high bounce off the ramp, and he got punished by the physics gods on that one. He didn't have the read there, but it's okay though. Calix is there to back you up.
We've seen a few of these balls be bouncing right in front of the net. Seemed like it was only a matter of time before Minx would get burned. They get burned there.
And it really doesn't look that terrible for Minx. I really don't think that, this is a team that's that far out of their element. They certainly look comfortable enough on the pitch. The issue just seems to come in, again, those pressure situations on defense. That's a good shot, but not good enough. Kern ended up hitting it right into Tadpole. And another attempted clear.
The pass, Jorby, was a beautiful pass. Very hard hit backboard bounce. And for Kern, you just actually, you want more from him there. That shot, it was on target, but it was right at the keeper. He could have done better. And that was the chance for them to tie it back up. Minx Gaming coming up just short.
But they've been able to keep the ball here. Another clear. They need Kern to make this touch. He does to buy a little bit of time. An excellent rotation as well for Minx to get back in front. Oh, and the demo on the back end. It's a loose ball, but the net covered just in time by Metzgray. And he comes back again to give this off to Kern, but they can't find the ball. Triple Trouble steal it away every second. Pass in front, no shot. And Tadpole will take the ball again, stealing it off the ceiling, just rolling around Minx Gaming, and all of a sudden, Triple Trouble have just taken the gear up to the next level. Bluey, shot, but taken away off the attempted flip reset.
And Bluey going for that flip reset. He's got that in his back pocket. The boost game heavily in favor of Triple Trouble right now. Finally, Metzgray gets up. His dribble gets blocked. Kern will get a clear out, but it's right to Calix. Triple Trouble has been playing lockdown attack, not letting Minx get out of their own half for about the last minute.
Challenge after challenge is theirs. Time expires, and game 2 is theirs. Well, Triple Trouble, it is 0 trouble right now against Minx.
It certainly seems like this is just another walk in the park for Triple Trouble. At least near the end of that game, Minx has had these moments where they come back and they get back into the game, but then their offense just it's not to be seen. You wonder where it is. The one chance that I think back to in this game for Minx is when there was a very good backboard pass to Kern and he shot it right at the keeper. That was the chance to build momentum, perhaps get that overtime forced and maybe get an overtime win and change the trajectory of this series. But you got to think right now, Triple Trouble is in the driver's seat, being up 2-0, getting those lockdown plays near the latter half of this game. Triple Trouble just one game away from moving on to that next stage, Jorby.
Yeah, Minx have to find a way to create opportunities. I was going to say create creativity, but it feels like once they get to the attacking third, it's just taking turns, hitting the back wall, hitting the corner, hoping for a clear to come right into your second man, or hoping that it's a whiff or a play that's favorable for you to keep locking it down and keep building up pressure. There's not enough passing that I'd like, not enough creation of space in the offensive zone. Triple Trouble are the polar opposite, where they create space via demos, passes in the attacking third. We've seen it a couple of times, or even individual effort, like from Bluey near the end with the attempted flip reset carry. So there's going to be a lot to do here for Minx. I think that, again, the seeds are there, James, for this team. I like what I see from all three of these players, but the philosophy just isn't developing completely on offense.
It really isn't, Jorby. You could tell that just by the way it was playing out on the field. And Triple Trouble, we've seen a few infield passes from them. In that last game for Minx, we just saw that demo play, which I think was good, but we're just seeing more from Triple Trouble. They're just a little bit more well-rounded, or so it seems, just based on what we're seeing on the field so far.
And we're just getting everybody back into the lobby so we can get game 3 underway. Both of these teams vying for a chance to move on to the next phase of this regional tournament, to the 16-team phase. Both teams just need one more win to get there, but both teams are also one loss away from being eliminated. So it's a very fickle place to be if you're either of these teams, and some high pressure for the first regional in this new format.
Fruity was talking about it, Jorby. It's different. With RLCS, it's different. It's more viewers, more money, more pressure. It all comes down to these days. And so you can even tell just by the way that I've seen some players playing down on the field, the nerves really get to you in a situation like this. This is all or nothing for these guys this weekend. So this is going to be a lot of pressure, especially for Minx, now just one game away from having their journey in this tournament ended.
And we'll see if Minx can start to make a comeback. Their last series coming in to this match was against Chalked, the old team of the old vets, and they took them down 3-2, which, you know, you can't take that away from them as they take a shot and another, but it's too high. They've been successful off the kickoff a couple of times, James. If they could have gotten a goal right there, it would have spelled good. Spelled good. That doesn't make any sense, but it looks like we're going to take a relook at the server and get the players settled. But we're back with just you and I, James.
Yep, we're going to get that sorted out, little technical glitch. We'll get that ironed out as soon as we can. But Jorby, let's just talk a little bit more about Triple Trouble and some of the players. Bluey and Tadpole specifically, these are players that we are very familiar with in RLCS and RLCS's history. Maybe you can just talk about some of the things that you think makes them stand out from some of the other players that are competing today.
I do feel like every team needs that, needs that mechanical player that can take a game into his own hands if you need to. And Bluey is definitely that player. Bluey, in my opinion, has been probably one of the streakier players in the RLCS. He's had long periods of time where it seemed like nobody could beat him. And then also stretches where he seemed lost on the pitch. Right now, Bluey looks very comfortable. He doesn't look he's not as aggressive as he used to be, but he's in the right spot almost every time, at least when I've watched him today, speaking in the context of today. So he's bringing stability, I think, for Triple Trouble in that sense. For Tadpole, I think Tadpole has been making really smart challenges. He's been an enforcer for Triple Trouble in this set. We've talked about the demos playing a factor into them taking these first two games off of Minx, and it was a factor in their previous games today as well. These are two players that have that RLCS caliber experience. They are RLCS caliber talent. And sometimes you just got to find the right combination of players for things to click. And you might not get it with iteration 1, 2, 3, or 4, but it feels like, at least for now, Tadpole and Bluey are a great combination, and I think it's been working well for them so far.
And there's the whole story of Savage, which you might easily forget. Alpha was a part of that movement. It was Alpha, Devo, and Bluey, and that was really when Alpha started to come onto the scene. And now look where he is now. So Bluey, he does have that eye for talent, and they picked up Calix as kind of that third player to round things out. And Bluey just getting to pick his teammates. I feel he's a very talented player. Had a lot of options on where he wanted to go. In terms of that next generation of players, I think a lot of established players, maybe not as eager, but Kern will blast this one top corner just 12 seconds in.
And again, it was off the kickoff initially, but that's a great first challenge. Calix was forced to play off the ball as soon as he loses it to try to make it safe again. He had to be very quick, and it was difficult. So Minx, that's the confidence booster you're looking for when you're down 0-2 in the set.
Especially from Kern, who I had criticized a little bit with shot placement on a very key play in the last game, being able to blast that one top corner. Lovely, as we see a flip reset from Kern, going for a bump as well. The pressure coming out early from Minx.
And Triple Trouble trying to carry this ball out. A huge miss from Tadpole. He tried to rush the touch, and Max Gray is given a gift.
And you see Kern coming after Tadpole, and then what even happened there?
I think he saw him coming, and so he just ended up reacting because he thought he was going to get bumped. When I was following the play, I just saw him dive forward. I totally missed Kern sweeping across him from where I was looking.
I was watching
from him or not.
I was watching from Matt's Gray perspective. I couldn't tell if Bluey actually even hit that or what happened. Look, I do know that Tadpole was trying to dodge a bump that was coming in.
Either way, misplay from Triple Trouble. And Kurt expecting something completely different as he just fell off the ceiling and Triple Trouble kept the ball low. But this is where the trouble comes in for Minx as Triple Trouble take control. The shot just barely blocked, and a great follow-up from Mads Gray. Breakaway opportunity. They're getting set up, aggressive posture. Up, Mads will get bumped out by Tadpole, and Triple Trouble have a little bit of space to work with. I just feel like they let Triple Trouble come up a little too far. And now a pass out will send the ball back over into their own corner. And you see the physical play now on both sides. Minx trying to get more physical. Calix trying to look for some kind of opening right now against Minx, but they've handled the ball pretty well so far. This is pretty dangerous and well handled by Kern.
Kern has been rock solid on defense, making a few big stops, big plays when they needed to relieve pressure. Mind game from Mads. Oh, Derby. His axles are broken. Who was this?
Let's see.
Oh, it was Tadpole. Ooh.
They'll send his Octane back to the garage. Matt's Gray juking all over the place. So that's his second. The first you felt was a bit of a gift. I'll say that the physical play certainly gave Minx that opportunity, but a 3-goal lead, a great way of responding after you've struggled for offense all series long.
And that play, one oozing with confidence. Mads playing with his food there. Tadpole just flying by. And you know that's going to put some wind in their sails as they try to get back into this series.
Now Triple Trouble. Tadpole can't utilize the space. Kern knocks it away. And now look at the aggression from Minx. They have to let this clear happen, but they stole a boost. And now they have a passing play and an opening as they hop right over Tadpole. Kern puts in another, and it is a dominating game 3 for Minx.
Kern, that first touch, saving his flip until the last second. Again, it's Tadpole getting posterized. 4-0. Minx answer back in game 3.
I mean, you have to think that this is kind of the boom or bust that must have gone on in some of Minx's other games today. When it starts to click and they start to find the openings, well, the snowball's hard to stop once it gets going. And good performance here for Minx. If they can shut out Triple Trouble, it would be even better for the confidence heading into game number 4. But even right there, the challenges are just better. in the attacking third. The second man is following a little bit closer to the first man, and they're utilizing that to get those passing plays, bait defenders for these challenges that you're beating them to now. And even right there, Calix tried to find the pick play, but couldn't.
We've seen Calix go for a few of those demos, Jorby. That one on the goal line. But again, it's stopped from Minx. They're in full control of this game. Approaching that final minute of gameplay, they have been smothering Triple Trouble. And you got to wonder how mentally tough this Triple Trouble team's going to be. We'll watch how they bounce back in game 4. But what a game from Minx. I loved all the shots.
Woo.
The one was a bit questionable from Triple Trouble, but that late flip from Kern, the axle breaking play from Mats, those were awesome.
Yeah, everything after that was purely of their own creation, and that's exactly what we were talking about. We wanted to see more creativity on offense, whether that be from individual effort or quick passing plays that result in a goal. And even right there, they keep Triple Trouble scoreless. Bluey rotating back around. He hasn't been able to get behind the ball at all in game 3. The ball constantly taken away from him. And every single time Triple Trouble try for something, there's a good pass, but can't connect.
Bluey had pre-jumped that.
It looked good.
Just going for it. Calix will move this downfield, trying to get another block. Does get a good 50. But this was a dismal game from Triple Trouble, and the opposite from Minx, who show they still got some life left in them.
Certainly still kicking, and it came off that very first kickoff, James. Off the kickoff, they just seemed to know exactly what to do, and then they score off of it. Their issues had always come from clearing from their own half and then staying on offense, but that wasn't the case. 9 shots on net. Triple Trouble had a bunch of shots, but a lot of those felt like dumps near the end of the game when they were already down 3-0 and then 4-0 was when they got about 3 of those shots. They did a great job keeping Triple Trouble out of their own half and generating their own chances.
And I just want to focus on the offensive plays from Minx. They were something else. We saw the first goal 12 seconds in. Kern, a blast of a shot going to that top corner. And it was just all Minx Gaming. This play here, Mats, oof.
Love that.
See you later. Tucking that one in. And then this last play from Kern, again, it was Tadpole who fell victim.
Off of a great steal in midfield, where Tadpole's left all by himself and he was already coming out at net and the ball's coming at you that fast. It was a great play in midfield from Minx to generate that man advantage play and catch the last defender out before he even realizes what's happening. We'll see if Minx can create that magic again.
And we've seen so many issues with Triple Trouble's kickoffs. We've seen them concede quite a few kickoff goals so far. Minx has been punishing them. So we'll keep a close eye on how this kickoff goes at the start of game 4. Minx trying to get that reverse sweep going.
Oh, Mats Gray, aggressive on the challenge, which is now favorable here for Minx. But this time, Bluey is a little quicker on the next challenge. Triple Trouble, they stabilize off of that initial kickoff. They are working in a limited boot situation. Bluey picked up a full canister, but everybody's left having to retreat. And now Minx want to close the gap, but that was a nice job by Tadpole, giving a little bit of clearance for Triple Trouble. No one really just grabbing advantage yet. Yeah. Minx not going to get any lane against Bluey there. Bluey looking for a bump as well. And now Tadpole just getting to that touch. He was the last man back. Calix wasn't even ready to rotate. That was going to be dangerous, but Minx are still on offense. Weak pass, easily handled by Bluey, even in low boost. And he'll take midfield. Triple Trouble back here on the orange half.
I liked that idea from Calix, though, when he was on the backboard trying to get it out to Tadpole. Came up just short on the pass. Tadpole would have had to commit way too hard. Decided it wasn't worth it. Now, bump. Chaos on the goal line for Triple Trouble. But they're looking good so far early.
Ooh. That's good from Mats Gray to get that out to Kern. It'll be a long clear for Minx,
Ooh.
so they're going to be forced to wait. But that double commit will also give space right back.
Alex,
That's a man
in the
advantage.
way.
Oh,
Running right into, or they're running into each other again. We've seen that a couple times. Teammates colliding for triple trouble.
oh, I like that pass, but Calix, I think he might have been expecting the challenge. Wasn't looking at his cam at the time. And a cleared ball, barely getting back, was Calix. Triple trouble not really hurting right now. They've been able to send everything Minx have given them away. But I mean, Minx aren't really sweating themselves. They've also handled business on defense, so we're kind of locked. Nice steal there from Kern, who's having himself quite a series. We've talked about him a lot. Matt's Gray, though, has also been doing a stellar job. That challenge will keep things in play. Triple trouble already set up, though. You see Bluey downfield. Does he have a double tap? No, just getting back. It's Matt's Gray still in trouble. Calix shot is good, and triple trouble finally find the back of the net.
Bluey, so dangerous, going for that double tap, making Mats go for it. Mads was the only player to have boost on Minx Gaming, and then Calix coming in to clean up. That is what you want to see from Triple Trouble. Get Bluey into the mix, make him force the other team to commit mistakes, and Calix making a big play happen. So Triple Trouble inching closer to closing this series out. We're just past that halfway point, and what could be the final game in the series, Jorby.
Really like Kern in this set. Earlier you saw the challenge where he just squared up to kill the ball, getting behind it, always looking before he's deciding where to go, not trying to rush his touches. Even right there, knowing he doesn't have a lot of boost, doesn't want to just bang it off the sidewall and give up possession, at least giving a chance for his team to go for another clear. And you see Matt's Gray, he's going to get that clear on the carry, but it's knocked away. But this is going to be good for Minx Gaming as they get control, but a clear just relinquishes it completely. And now Triple Trouble all of a sudden on offense here off the ceiling, looking for a shot in front. Dunk this Bluey. He gets the second goal for Triple Trouble.
Mads, again, starving for boost, picking up pads. Awkward ball for him. Bluey read him like a book. Huge dunk. And that is going to put even more pressure on Minx Gaming now. Down by 2, under 2 minutes left. Other than the previous game, they haven't been able to really do much in terms of offense. See how they answer back.
Despite them looking decent in these micro situations, they've only generated 1 shot on net. Meanwhile, Triple Trouble got 5 to their name. There's a 6th, but it's off the crossbar. And then taken away, but 2 defenders from Minx having to jump out of this net, and midfield is, well, they're just camped out in midfield, Triple Trouble. And Minx are starting to run out of time. As Triple Trouble keep control, but Kern finally gets them off the ball, but for how long, as just a massive boomer kills more time off the clock. Quick pass to Calix, off the crossbar. Calix almost found it. He won't get it though.
Bluey had a wonderful pass there to Calix. He gets control here, flicking it past as well. Massive game from Bluey, who takes matters into his own hands here in the final minute. Big flick.
Ooh, it was a nice flick, but earlier Kern looking for that clear right off the top of the card, ended up just being a pass on that challenge. That corner can be such a death knell for your team if your teammates are not ready for it, especially with the way Triple Trouble have positioned. They've always taken that aggressive stance when they know they get that booming clear. That first man goes down, looks for a chip. It just hasn't been successful here for Minx. It looks good last game, but 1 game is all that they got, and with less than 30 seconds remaining, it feels like a formality for Triple Trouble.
And that's the power of Bluey. We've seen it in this game, 2 goals and assists. 100% goal participation from him. Even that pass out to Calix before Bluey had to get that flick goal on his own. Blue's making plays happen. So Triple Trouble will make it on to the next stage as they take down Minx Gaming.
Impressive stuff from Triple Trouble. And, you know, the expectation was that you would walk away the victor of this game. But I do feel like Minx Gaming had something to bring to the table. And I like what I saw from this team today. And there are many teams like them, James, that that are part of what makes this format so beautiful is we're going to continue to see teams like, or players like Mets Gray, Kern, Mads, players that you're not used to seeing starting to compete at this top level.
Certainly, and they had that stellar game 3, where they were 1 game away from elimination. They were about to be swept, and they were able to make it happen. So we'll see if in the future they can pull that out for an entire series.
Well, we got one more game left for today, or one more match left, excuse me, for today. And then day 1 of RLCSX will be complete. You don't want to miss that last match. We'll be back after the break.